Hi, I'm Sam. Thanks for showing an interest in my safety and performance on the field by participating in RugbySmart. Your knowledge and what you do keeps me safe. Every year since RugbySmart started, there have been significant drops in rugby-related injury claims to ACC. But this chart demonstrates why you must continue to improve and share your knowledge. We can't take anything for granted. New Zealand rugby coaches and referees are the best in the world, and we want it to stay that way. And so is the RugbySmart program, which has been a critical tool in every coach's toolbox as the game becomes more physical and demanding. Other rugby-playing nations have followed our example and now have their own safety programs, all based on the RugbySmart concept, and because they too realise that what you do keeps us safe. So to celebrate your efforts and the RugbySmart program, we are going to give away 2 iPads, one for the North Island and one for the South. Apart from being pretty cool, you can use them by plugging in footage to view and review, keeping one step ahead, I reckon. All rugby union coaches and referees can enter. All you have to do is log on to coachingtoolbox.co.nz, go to the RugbySmart section and follow the simple instructions. Good luck. As players, it's crucial that we follow a good pre-season strength and conditioning program so that we're ready to play when the season begins. And we need to maintain our fitness throughout the season. This is no different for referees. We can't play the game without you guys, and you need to follow your own conditioning program as well. Most refs cover between 6 and 7 Ks during a game, so you need to be up for it. Here's NZRU referee fitness and conditioning advisor, Jamie Tout.
We're going to go through 3 stages. The first one is a general preparation stage, getting out there and getting moving. So during this stage, we're doing our active stretches. You're going out, doing a couple of passive lengths, you're talking to your assistant referees if they're available, okay, and you're going through and you're just sort of getting moving, right? So it's done at a very, very low speed, all right? You might go out there and start to jog, and we know that jogging, you're going heel to toe, and that's fine to start warming up, but at some point, you're going to increase the intensity to run on the balls of the feet. So as part of your general mobility stage, we're going to start doing a bit of skipping as well, because that gets us onto the ball of the feet. In that part there, by all means start doing your active stretches. So your lunges, your leg swings, all those sort of things are great. Keep your water bottles with you, throw them down somewhere nice and close. After you've gone through 3 or 4 minutes of doing that, take a break. Go over, have a mouthful of water, have a look around the ground, do part of your mental preparation at that stage, and that's the general part of the preparation. You're working over about 30 metres tops, okay? So 20 to 30 metres is more than enough in that first stage. Right, a couple of quiet lengths, guys, nice and easy, out to the blue cones. We'll go blue to blue, blue to blue, nice and easy. We'll hit those blue cones, guys, now, facing downtown, just sliding out to me, sliding out. When you hit the white cones, running forward. Off you go. When you get back to the blue cones this time, guys, you're going to use the ankling drill from the blue out to the white. That's bouncing on the balls of the feet. Keep those arms moving, staying nice and tall. Off you go. Just bouncing. And out to the blue. Right, this time from the blue back to the red. Same sort of idea, but this time you're going to start bringing your knees up. All the way through to the blue. And relax there. We're going to start going into the skipping now. The skipping is much more beneficial. We know that for sprinting, because you're on the ball of the foot, when we start jogging, we're going from heel down to the toe. So this time with the skipping, try and stay on the ball of your feet. Go here with the skipping, a bit less time on the ground, okay, a bit higher with the knees in the air. Off we go. Okay, on the way back, going to try and increase that tempo now, a little bit faster on the skip. Okay, and relax. Right, in the blue cone here now, just going out to the white, doing our lunges, so hands on the hips, going down, nice open chest, making sure that knee doesn't go over the front of the foot. Lunge away. Let's incorporate a twist now, okay? So big body twist, open up the shoulders. Off you go. So going to go through your leg swings now. We're still in the very much the general stage of our warm-up. We're going to go through 3 stages. The general one, just getting ourselves moving. Right, 10 on each side. Remember, bending at the back, straight at the front. Bend and straight. Not too high, keep it reasonably low. Okay, and relax. Right, guys, I'm going to go through our sliding and our squat now. All I want to see is just 2 slides and then squat. Okay, back the other way, 2 slides and a squat. Okay, off you go. Okay, and same thing, back the other direction now. Okay, and relax. We're going to do 2 types of butt kicks. The first one we're looking for is a stretch. The second one is a mechanics. Okay, so the first one is a stretch. We're stretching the front of the quad, try and get your knees up into your butt, get to the white cones on the way back, want your knees up in front, and try and get your heels nice and close to the butt. Okay, and relax. Rightio, just bring sort of 2 people out. 1, 2, come forward. Other 3 guys down in your chest, arms out to the side, rolling over and touching. Hips pressed down into the ground, give yourself plenty of space. Just go for 10 on each side, hips pressed down, shoulders nice and square, and try and reach across as far as we can with that leg and get the toe onto the ground. Okay, and relax. Relax, relax. Right, grab your bottles, guys, grab your bottles. So from here, we're going to move into the transition stage. Okay, so we've just gone through the general mobility, getting ourselves moving. The transition stage now is looking to increase the intensity of the exercise slightly, increase the distances slightly, but still we're looking at a straight line movement for the time being. Okay, so we're transitioning now into higher speeds. We know that we need to have to move at short bouts of exercise in the game of rugby, and so it's important during the transition stage and then finally the specific stage, we start having short bouts of between 20 and 30 seconds where we're moving at high speeds. And that's what the transition stage is about. We're getting there, we're keeping the continuous movement going, but we're going through acceleration and deceleration stages. So we're starting to increase those braking forces on the body. About 3/4 speed at best, okay, going out to the blue cones and then jogging back, okay? So we go through 2 or 3 of these, we'll start again, then we'll go into what we call gears. And all I'm doing with gears is just going through gears 1, 2, 3, 4. Gear 4 is high speed, gear 1 is jogging. And I'm just going to give you the calls. And on a game day situation, 1 person out of the 3 or whatever can be in control. You might say gear 4, 3, 1, 2. Just going to keep randomising your calls, and you're going to try and accelerate, decelerate in that sort of blue distance, all right? Off you go, guys. Falling starts. All the way through to the blue, 3/4 speed, and relax and come back. Okay, we're going to start progressing things now. Going to increase the intensity of what we're doing, increase the duration of how long we're working for. Okay, same thing again, nice forward lean, short choppy strides. Off you go, increase the intensity slightly. When you get to the blue cone, turn around straight away and start jogging it back. Going to start calling gears, okay? So gear 4 is high speed as much as you can. Gear 1 is passive, it's nice jogging speed. When I make the number change, you make the change in speed. When you hit the blue cone, pivot on the blue cone and start going back this way. Going to work for about 30 to 40 seconds. Right, ready? Gear 1. 3. Gear 1. Hit the cone, back we come. Gear 4. Gear 2. Going to move on now, guys, to our foot speed. Still part of the transition stage. Just want 2 guys going through the ladders and then maybe 2 people over here not using the ladders but doing the same foot speed exercises. So if you just want to go through and just do a 2 in each, then accelerate out to maybe the red cones. All right, and the same thing for the guys who aren't using the ladders, replicate that same foot pattern over here. So short, 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 then accelerating out. And the other one you said was the icky shuffle, was it? So that sort of one there. Okay, so the same thing over here, the guys, all I want them to doing is side to side. Okay, then accelerating out. Okay, when you're ready, guys. And nice and easy on the way back. Just a walk back recovery. Same drill, just once more for me. Same one, icky shuffle, okay? So side step drill, guys, into here, or using the arms. Off you go. Okay, and relax. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Right, we're moving into the last stage of our warm-up. So all the sections of our warm-up, they're about sort of 3 to 4, 5 minutes long tops. And that 5 minutes, like I said, includes a chance for you guys to go away at the end of each of the sections, have a mouthful of water, compose yourself, do your own little preparations. So we've gone through where the general mobility stage, we're only working over up to 30 metres, 20 metres is fine. We've gone through the transition stage where the distances have slightly increased. We're going out to maybe 40 or 50 metres tops. We don't run more than 40 metres a lot in rugby, okay? Most of our efforts around sort of 4 to 5 seconds. The intensity increased during that second stage, and the final stage being the sport-specific stage, okay? Sport-specific for you guys, we might run up to 100 metres, so it's okay for you guys to stretch your legs out over the 100, but more specifically, it's going to be around that sort of 30 up to 60 metres at a time. Right, the intensity needs now to be there, and also one thing in rugby we don't know is when we need to change direction, so it's quite sporadic in that environment. So in the transition stage, you knew when to slow down, you knew when to start, it was all very scripted. In the last stage, what is often a good thing to do is try and create changes you don't know about. So having your mate, your AR, maybe instigate a change of direction or slowing down and starting again. And that's the sport-specific stage. The intensity is increased. Again, 2 or 3 times during that last part of the warm-up. We want to see bouts of around 20 to 30 seconds of intense exercise. So then you would have completed 4 of those over the course of your warm-up. Okay, and that's probably the most important part. Short bouts of intense exercise, keep on moving, get the heart rate up, and give yourself a chance at the end of that to go back into the change rooms, compose yourself again, a good 3 to 4 minutes at least, back in the change rooms, sign off any other boxes you need to do, and get back out on the field for the game. Okay, so for this one here, guys, we're going to try and increase the length of our sprints, increase the amount of braking that you're doing. So I'm going to go now over about a 15 to 20 metre distance, but the braking is going to happen in a much shorter space. Right, so you can accelerate for me as quick as you can out to that red cone, but you must decelerate within that 5 metres, okay? So between the red and the blue cones, put the brakes on and do the same thing on the way back here. On the way back, I'm going to call a random brake, okay? I'm going to call I'll say slow down or brake. Okay, you put the brakes on and just walk back to the start as soon as you can. Easy enough? Set, go. In your own time. Okay, on my call, set, go. Break, and relax. What we're going to do now is just work in sort of 2s or 3s. You guys can work in a truck and trailer, so we'll put you 3 together. One person standing behind the other, one person standing behind the other. All of what you're doing, some change of direction for me. He's just going to mirror what you're up to. Okay, so when you change from side to side, Skeeny's going to do exactly the same thing. Likewise, you're going to do the change of directions. You're going to mirror what he's doing. You're going to mirror what he's doing. Easy enough? Okay, when you're ready, off you go. Okay, turn it around straight away with intensity on the way back. Off you go. Okay, and relax. In your own time this time, you've got 2 chances now to go the whole length. Okay, so from blue all the way through to the white. What I want to see on the way down is just a straight line sprint going through your gears in your own time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, progressing up to full speed at the end. On the way back, I want the same thing to happen, but every time you go through a gear, I want to see a change of direction, okay, in your own time. Right, so give yourself some space. You're working as an individual now, but on the way down, just working in a straight line. On the way back, every time you change gears, you're putting a change of direction in, so you might go from gear 1 to gear 2 and increase your acceleration. Then we're job done. Right, in your own time, guys, in your own time. Okay, give yourself some space. If you want to stagger your starts, that's fine. Give yourself some room. Okay, the final part of the art-specific warm-up is what you would do as far as your own preparation goes. So things that work for you, whether you've got tight hemis or bad backs, this is your time now to fill in those gaps that we haven't already covered. Okay, if it means now you go back into the change rooms and do your final prep, that's all fine as well. But you've got 2 or 3 minutes now. If you'd like to do some static stretches, that's okay. For me, static stretches aren't part of the essential warm-up, but they're often something that people like to include for their mental preparation side of things. Okay guys, the game's over, done and dusted, and the first thing you probably want to do is get out of there, okay? So we want to just, as much as anything though, we want to include some cool down. So what I would encourage you to do is get off the field, clear the field, go back inside, grab your water bottles. If you can, get some nutrition on board as well. There's a lot of different things out there. Some sort of simple protein shake is ideal. Take that with you back out into the field. If you can take a banana with you or some sort of piece of fruit, something you can easily digest, fantastic, all right? But what we want to do is just, after you've got that on board, the field's been cleared, going to come out and do your cool down. Simple as this, drop your bottles down, a couple of nice light lengths to start. Working over about sort of a 30 to 40 metre jog, off you go. That'll do, guys, and bring it back. Nice and easy. Okay, and relax. All we're going to go through here is a really a passive lunge now, guys, so just nice and easy, hands on the hips, just a couple of metres only, a couple on each leg. Okay, and relax. Now I want you to keep facing that way, just come back now, open up the gates. Relax in your own time there now. Do your own sort of static stretches, okay? So static stretches fall into this category here now. Things that you might feel they're a little bit sore from the game. Good chance for you guys to feel, do I need to see the physio tomorrow? So just go through your static stretches of areas that you would be concerned about. Okay, holding those static stretches for a good period of time. So there's, in your head, you're looking at about sort of that 6 to 10 seconds ideally on each sides. Okay, and relax. This can go back through the reverse now. So all you're going to do, going to start with your lunges. Out to me, I'll ask you to walk backwards, opening up the gates. You'll do 2 lengths of jogging, and we're done and dusted. Okay, so lunging out, couple on each leg. Walking backwards now, open up the gates. Okay, the nice passive jog through to the blue cones and back. Okay, grab your bottles, guys. That's a really minimum requirement as far as what the cool down is, and it's very much about the nutrition side of things. All right, so you're getting the hydration back on board. Like I say, the protein shake if you can. You're going back in, you're showering up if the facilities allow you to do so. If not, get your gear on, get home, have a shower. If you've got compression garments, then's the time to put them on. Okay, so if you can get your compression garments on, particularly lower body, you guys spend most or all your time on your feet, get the compression garments on. If you've got an injury, then's the time to ice it. And the next day, for some people that can do the recoveries the next day, that's the time when you can go out, have your walks, play a game of golf, play with the kids, get on the bike, but as much as you can, just get the legs moving again. But highly advise, get the nutrition on board first.
Refereeing looks like a demanding business. And to really enjoy it, to get the most out of it, and to handle the various challenges that you face in 80 minutes, you have to be not just physically fit, but also mentally fit.
Obviously, you have to be physically fit in order to referee, but there's also a mental side to the preparation. And for me, that starts on a Monday when I receive my appointment. I like to talk to other referees in my panel that may have had those teams before to find out if there's anything that they found stood out in their games. And then from there, pretty much starts intensely on a Saturday morning.
Although the physical preparation is extremely important for a referee, so is the mental preparation. For me, my mental preparation starts when I get my appointment, which is normally on a Monday night. I have a look at what the teams are, what graders I'm going to be refereeing, to take a note of whether it's going to be domestic safety variation or whether it's going to be senior law. As we get down later in the week and I can see what the weather's going to be like, then I start to have a look and see whether it's going to be a dry running game or whether we're going to be playing wet rugby. On the morning of the game, I like to have my hour before the game at the ground, concentrating on what I like to do when I'm warming up. I like to be alone if possible so I can actually concentrate. And also as I get closer to that game, I just have to concentrate on what I want to achieve on that day and make sure I'm mentally prepared and ready to go out and put my best performance on the field.
The pre-match briefing gives the ref a great opportunity to answer any questions, establish a good rapport with the two captains, and identify key focus areas. More than this, though, it's an opportunity to remind the front rowers of their responsibility to keep the scrum safe. Let's look at one ref in action.
Guys, we've just finished the boot check. Can I just see that we've all got our mouth guards? Really, really important that we do wear those today for safety's sake. What we're going to talk about now is scrum time, and it's most important